Hey guys, welcome back to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. And today we're going to talk about Spider-Man Remastered coming out for the PS5. Some more detailed information came out today on the PlayStation.blog website, official PlayStation.blog website. And here they share a little bit more info about the Marvel Spider-Man Remastered edition and how it's going to be, what's going to be included. From the looks of it, it looks like it's already going to be a good looking game. I mean, the first one for the PS4 is a great looking game, but from what I can see here, we're actually going to manage to see reflections in the window panes and just things that we didn't get in the first original game for the PS4 that we are going to be getting for the PS5, including ray tracing and all that good stuff that the PS5 is going to be able to deliver on their console. So before I get into it, first off, I just want to address that I've noticed that 59.8% of you who are subscribed to my channel watch my videos, and only 40.1% of you who are not subscribed don't watch my videos. So if you can go ahead and do me the biggest favor of all, please subscribe to my channel. I post videos daily. I do live streams at least 5 days a week, starting between 8:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time, United States. So go ahead and calculate that on what time zone that is for you guys who are watching around the world. And another thing I want to address is that I've gained another 56 subscribers within the last 28 days, which is a huge jump, 143% right there. So it's just decided that I just want to give myself a little pat in the back. But anyways, turn on that bell notification as well, because only 23.9% of you guys who are subscribed to my channel have that bell notification turned on. 303 people, it's a big deal for me. I only have 1,267 subscribers. So if we can go ahead and enable that, you guys wouldn't miss a thing. Anyways, let's move on with the article from the official PlayStation.blog website. And here it says, included with Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, coming November 12, 2020. We were so excited to announce that a voucher code for Marvel Spider-Man Remastered will be included with the Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition on the PlayStation 5 console. This is a full next-generation mastering of Marvel Spider-Man. The team has been carefully crafting the definitive version of the game with new assets, technologies, and updates. We're taking advantage of next-generation technologies that the PlayStation 5 console introduces, as well as bringing some additional features to the game, including 3 new suits. Let's talk about the graphical updates. The team has done painstaking work of updating the city's environment to take advantage of the new console. Beyond improved models and materials, one of the biggest things we have brought to the game is ray trace reflections and ambient shadows. We now have true reflections on the windows of buildings, and it looks stunning with our new skies and weather. But it's not just the environment. Our characters have also gotten a huge upgrade. From higher fidelity skin, eye, and teeth shaders to individually rendered strands of hair, the new tech and detail brings out characters and their performances to new life. This does bring us to one of the bigger changes. In order to bring the best performances to the players with our next generation Marvel Spider-Man games, we have recast the face of Peter Parker. We loved working with John Bubniak on the original game. However, to get a better match to Peter Parker Spider-Man actor Yuri Lorenthal's facial capture, we have cast Ben Jordan to be the face model for the Peter Parker on the PS5 console. He looks incredible in game, and Yuri's moving performances take on a new life. Here's a clip of one of our most powerful scenes from the first game, and when Peter arrives to work to find his boss and mentor, Otto Octavius, working on the arms that will come to define him. Now, as you probably already noticed, I've already been playing the trailer throughout the beginning of this video, but it's going to be on repeat so you guys can get a good look at what we're dealing with here. But this is actually the major topic that really needs to be addressed, because actually, for the most part, it turns out a lot of people are very disappointed with this change. Personally, for me, it caught me by surprise because I didn't think it was necessary. I thought Peter Parker looked fine the way he was. Honestly, if you actually look at Peter Parker the way he is and how he interacts with other people, such as Mary Jane, who's an important character and who's a part of Peter Parker's life, because, you know, a romantic part of his life, those two would seem perfect for each other. They look like they're in their 20s. They look like they belong together. And honestly, I cannot see this iteration of Peter Parker like standing next to Mary Jane. His face is too boyish. Now, you can argue that maybe this kid looks like Yuri Lowenthal when Yuri was very young, because Yuri Lowenthal right now, I think he's in his late 40s, still voice acting. He's been voice acting for so many years. But I mean, I can understand why they made a change, but I think it was still unnecessary. And I honestly thought that they could have just gone back to the drawing board, take the existing characters and just patch them up a little bit, fix it up, and make it look so that it looks better and that it was made for the PS5. Now, I am not disputing the fact that this looks bad. No, it does not look bad whatsoever. I think it looks fantastic. I'm very impressed with the hair. I mean, hair has been one of those things that's been very difficult to capture and emulate in video game consoles for so long. And up until I think we've already reached that point where, you know, PlayStation and Xbox have mastered in crafting like hair and emulating hair and skin tones and lighting in this point. Because this console right here, this is the quintessential console right now that we're in. We're in the perfect generation for consoles, and I think they already reached that end. I mean, you can see everything from like the skin, the tones, the shades of red, the whites, to even like the little stubbles. I mean, you can tell that the character has shaved. But I'm sorry to digress, but anyways, let me get back on topic, because I'm overall impressed and shocked at the same time. I have a mix of emotions right now going through my mind. And I don't know whether to be happy or just disappointed or not satisfied. Like, honestly, I do not know. I mean, I understand why they did this, but why was it like? Why was the change necessary? I mean, you look at Peter Parker now. He looks fine. He looks like a 20-odd-year-old boy. He's 23 in the video game, and he looks his age, and he looks like he can stand to characters such as Mary Jane and other, you know, college kids his age. This iteration of Peter Parker looks like a boy. Like, he looks like he's 16, 17 years old. And honestly, I don't think it would look right if he was standing next to Mary Jane. Now, if they made this change for Peter Parker, I wonder what changes they're going to make for Mary Jane. I mean, honestly, to me, I think the Mary Jane model in the video game for Spider-Man PS4 looks perfect. She is a beautiful, stunning woman and very cute and very attractive, by the way. The model that played the Mary Jane character in Spider-Man PS4 is a stunning, beautiful woman in real life. So, I mean, I hope they don't really do so many changes for that character. But honestly, to me, I think it's going to look a little weird for this version of Peter Parker standing next to Mary Jane, because you wouldn't see them together, honestly. I mean, personally, that's just my opinion. And I'm going to give credit to where credit's due. But my cousin Goshen, a.k.a. Chris, who brought this up on my Discord, saying that if they change this character model, they're gonna have to change the Mary Jane character, and I can see it. And I even photoshopped and I played around with Photoshop. You can't really see those characters together. So I mean, those changes were gonna have to be applied to supporting characters, especially the romantic ones like Mary Jane. Anyways, moving on with the article. Additionally, thanks to the power of the PS5, we're now able to offer a high frame rate through performance mode, which targets a 60 FPS frame rate. This allows you to experience the beginning of the Marvel Spider-Man storyline like never before. It feels amazing to play. Here's a quick clip. So right now, I'll go ahead and play this clip right here. You're probably going to hear the audio as well, so I'll hear it too, but here it is. It's kind of weird to see a game that was originally set for 30 FPS. Now it's going to be set for 60 FPS. Now, I do have it in small screen, but wow, does that look smooth as ever. Let me just go ahead and change that to 4K on my end. I know that won't show as 4K in your end, but man, it does look smooth and buttery crisp. Wow. Oh yeah, you can definitely see the light and the ray tracing and everything. It does look smoother than ever. This is how Spider-Man is supposed to be played, or at least it was supposed to be played. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did like the original, but this looks fantastic. So, you can go ahead and watch the rest of it in the PlayStation blog website. I'll go ahead and leave a link to the PlayStation.blog website where you can read this article and play a few clips to get a good look at Spider-Man 60 FPS at 4K. So I'll go ahead and pause it and continue with the article. That's not all. We take full advantage of our next generation console PlayStation features like near instant loading. Don't worry, you can turn back on those humorous fast travel animations if you missed them. Spatial 3D audio on compatible headphones, and the revolutionary DualSense controller haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. We've also brought new photo mode features to the game that we developed for Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, so you can now place lights in the environment and change your spider suit after you've lined up your shot. Oh, speaking of spider suits, here you go. Now, this is a suit that fans have been asking for a couple years now. What really blew a lot of people's minds, especially mine, is that if they were able to bring the Sam Raimi suits, why did they totally ignore the ASM suits like this one? Now, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this version of the costume. It's actually my least favorite, to be honest with you, because like I don't really like the designs in the arms and the feet, and like the head kind of looks like a basketball with yellow bug eyes. But I mean, I can understand why fans like it. It is a very interesting looking suit. It's very different from like the rest of the classic Spider-Man suits that we've seen. And if they're gonna bring this version of TASM 1, they should bring TASM 2. So the Amazing Spider-Man suits is definitely a fan favorite. I can totally see them bringing at least the second one, but at least we're getting the first one, and fans have cried and Insomniac have listened, so at least we're getting that. So that's going to be cool. I'm definitely going to play around as that. The suit kind of grew on to me like after a while when like I first saw the trailer for the Amazing Spider-Man 1 movie back in like 2012. It took a while to grow on me, and I ended up kind of liking it, but it still remains my least favorite suit. So that's right, the Amazing suit has arrived as one of the 3 new suits in the game. It's the perfect suit to wear as you attempt to earn the Platinum Trophy in Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. We hope this helps explain why we're so excited for Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. Now, how do you get access to Marvel Spider-Man Remastered? As mentioned above, it's available as part of the Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition. Read on below for more options. Here are your various options for purchasing Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, as well as the pre-order bonuses we are offering. What's in the package? The standard edition of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales will be available physically and digitally on PS4 console and the PS5 console. It retails for $49.99 and €59.99 MSRP. You can pre-order digitally here. The PS4 version of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales offers a free upgrade path to PS5 Standard Edition, and if you purchase or upgrade to the PS5 Standard Edition, you can take advantage of the paid upgrade offer from in-game menu to download Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. So you already get the gist. I did a really detailed explanation in a video before about ordering Spider-Man and explain the difference between the Standard Edition and Ultimate Edition, and how like there's a $70 paywall if you want both games. But other than that, I mean, this article pretty much clarifies and gives us more of a reason to order the new Spider-Man Miles Morales, because if you do order Spider-Man Miles Morales, you not only get a remastered game included in that package, but you get an entirely different Peter Parker look to it. I mean, I think he looks good next to Miles Morales, but like I said before, next to Mary Jane, doesn't really look that great. So they're going to probably have to change the Mary Jane character model as well moving forward. And looks like this is going to be the model that they're going to be moving forward with. Honestly, when I hear Yuri Lowenthal, I don't see that voice matching this face. That's another thing I want to address. That voice wouldn't match his face. When I see this face, I can picture like a younger sounding voice such as Tom Holland. Because when I saw this, I'm like, oh my God, this looks like a cross between Tom Holland and like Mark Zuckerberg or something like that. And here's a picture just to show you how like the resemblance is like almost uncanny. Anyways, those are my thoughts. And another thing before I go, I also wanted to address something else that like everywhere you go to look, when you look up Marvel Spider-Man Remastered official 4K PS5 trailer, everywhere you go, the like to dislike ratio is not that great. From the GameSpot YouTube channel, it's about half and half. Half people like it, 50% don't like it. I mean, let me show you another one. Like the general consensus is mostly mixed. So if you go to the IGN, who just happens to re-upload everything because they're a total trash media news outlet site, like the dislike to like ratio is not that bad here, but it's still a substantial amount. I mean, 8.4 dislikes versus 20,000 likes. It's still a substantial amount of dislikes. But like I gotta say, the general consensus is rather mixed. It's just one of those, but why did you have to change it? Like, honestly, I thought that there was no problem with the original one. Anyways, I'm sorry for rambling on, but I just wanted to get it out there and share this with you because everybody's talking about this and it's kind of blowing up on Twitter. But anyways, guys, so what do you think? Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you want. Join my Discord as well. We talk about everything, including this. I actually shared this on my Discord, and a lot of people were like, a few people were like freaking out. You know, they gave their inputs and whatnot. And you get to probably meet some really cool, geeky people like myself and yourselves as well. We have a lot in common. It's really fun to discuss and just chat about anything. You can even make memes, talk about video games, whatnot, comic books, your favorite superheroes, what have you. Just join my Discord. The link is in the description down below if you wish to join. And I will see you all there. And until next time, I will see you guys all in the next comic panel.